Hey all, welcome to the channel. So in this today's discussion, just I'll be talking about most commonly asked questions in my interviews. Where we used to have some set of interviews for the upcoming projects and as well as the requirements. And there, in this particular session, just I'm talking about the top 7 interview questions for data scientist. So, first thing, friends, actually explain a real world problem you solved using data. Okay, why I'm saying this point is, many members will come maybe from the background of data analyst or data engineer or maybe cross platform, maybe Java guys nowadays or Python guys or attending the data science interviews left and right. That's okay, no problem. But only the point is, how do you explain this particular problem in the vocabulary of the data scientist? So this is a favorite opener. Obviously, the interviewer wants to know how you think in a broader way. So your answer must be maybe in these lines, friends. Like that's what I said. Sample answer. I worked on the predicting student performance using attendance and the assessment data. Maybe this is something like nowadays companies after recruiting just will give some kind of the on-job training kind of thing where I'm using that particular example where there is a dashboard and performance and there are certain kind of aspects where we need to assess the data. So after clearing that particular data with the help of the pandas and as well as the visualizations, the correlations with respect to Power BI usage, and we built a random forest model that improved the prediction accuracy by 15%. So this particular scenario, how you need to explain, always explain what problem you solved, what approach you used. Problem definition, you tell this particular estimation of the employee performance or student performance. And what approach you used. Maybe I used the random forest and all these things. And what impact it had. Maybe see, just it increases the accuracy by 15%. And companies like these are all nowadays using all these kind of the models to predict workforce productivity in the engineering projects. How do I make use of their efficiency and expertise into the kind of the projects? Okay, this particular thing is a landing kind of thing to understand okay how ready you are to take the opportunity of the data scientist. Once we get the confidence, friends, yeah, then we'll take it forward. Otherwise, the questionnaire will be different, and maybe if I feel, I mean, here the recruiter feel technical recruiter, so feel that okay, maybe he still you are suitable for data analyst or data engineer. In that case, because if I'm talking about AI based kind of thing or data engineering or data science kind of thing, many roles are open actually. Maybe we'll put in those kind of the lines. And the leading question, once you clear the first thing, and how do you handle missing or imbalanced data? This is the most common question, friends. This checks your understanding of data pre-processing and as well as how do you integrate this data. And maybe the sample answer I have given, what we expect. For missing data, I use techniques like mean, median imputation, missing value imputation. Many techniques are there. Just I'm telling sample. And forward fill, KNN also we use and depending on the type of the data and as well as the domain. And one more thing, imbalanced data also there no, in the question. So for imbalanced data, just you class weight adjustment to balance the data set before the training. Many aspects were there. And SMOT analysis, like all these. And don't just list the techniques. Mention that you analyze why the data is missing before you fill it. So maybe while you receive the CSV or whatever the file, and there are certain documentations with respect to the business SMEs and as well as all the team of experts would be there where just you need to explain that also. So for this particular thing I have used so and so technique. Reason behind this is we thought of we all discussed in the team and as a outcome just we decided to go ahead with that approach. Okay, like that. And third question, what is the difference between supervised and unsupervised? You may feel that while viewing that video also, you may feel that this is a simple question, but let me give you the clarity. uh, we expect that how you are able to clarify the things, whether you are feeling that interviewer is simply asking the questions or else is expecting you to be insightful and all. So exactly the same thing, friends. Like supervised learning, you can say labeled data, for example, predicting loan default using historical labels, maybe, or else whatever the project you worked, you can refer that. And unsupervised learning, find the patterns actually on top of the unlabeled data without having any labeled kind of thing. And customer based on the spending behavior, and there is a classic example, no? Always, the kind of the genre they belongs, okay, and then what is their purchase behavior and all these things. And especially in Tesco kind of the projects, real analytics supervised models predicts customer churn, and in unsupervised learning help the segmentation and all these kind of the categories. And commonly used question, friend, this is, how do you evaluate a machine learning model? Okay, so evaluation is everything. So maybe you are using various kind of the techniques like support vector machine, random forest, and decision trees, all these things. And then regression, simple, multiple, okay, polynomial regression, etc. So just in that particular angle we ask this particular question. So in terms of regression, generally root mean square error, mean absolute error, R square, adjusted R square. And you should be familiar, friends, like why you are using R square, why you should go for the adjusted R square, all these things. In the probably in the next video, just I'll explain all these kind of things in a detailed manner. And for classification, of course, confusion matrix, precision, recall, okay, all these ROCA, UC curve, okay, all these kind of the things. And so one more important thing, friends, you can vocal about bias, variance, trade-off, or cross validation for reliability, all these kind of the things, because as I said, evaluation is everything. Once you build the model and you apply all the kind of the best practices, maybe parameter tuning and all, hyperparameter tuning and all, just still there is a room for best of the best model to handle. Okay, so link your metric to the business goal, and business expects some kind of the accuracy or else performance of the corresponding model. So just you can work back and see that whether the appropriate expectation met or not in the fraud detection. And especially in these kind of the things, a recall is more critical than accuracy. Okay, so that way you can narrate. And another question, of course, this particular pack contains 7 questions, friends. How would I explain a complex model to a non-technical stakeholder? Because business people, techno-functional, always this data warehousing or data science, these particular roles, as a data scientist, you need to talk with statisticians, subject matter experts, business SMEs, and clients, okay, various people would be there, various stakeholders, I would say. And this checks your skill, not coding actually. How do you convey the kind of the information? So you can say that I would visualize all these things with the help of the analogies, or else our model acts like a smart filter that learns from past approvals to detect risky transactions, okay, if it is a banking project or all these things. And feature importance charts to show what drive the model decision. Sometimes we remove few things and we give value for a particular feature. All these things are the part and parcel of this particular data scientist day-to-day activities. So you can able to handle that, you can able to explain that. So in various companies, data scientists often present models as decision enablers rather than not as a technical black boxes or etc. Okay, because this particular approach really help you to take you to senior roles and all, right? Okay. Now this is something, nowadays, all including my company as well, we are spending a lot on artificial intelligence, and we are taking the members who can having the bigger vision, and who are working on the mission of achieving that particular vision. So that, what are all the trends in AI or data science excite you most in 2026? Because we are spending a lot in AI projects and all. So this how will see you is how you are curious, and whether you are a thought leader. Because if I want to give some 10-member team or some kind of the fresher team or mid-range people to you, so definitely these things will check. So simple answer, like I'm excited about the rise of Gen AI or Auto ML kind of the things. And these tools, you pretty know that how these particular things are helping to build the features and as well as the visual insights, and which automates many routine tasks and uses of the LLMs to automate data cleaning and as well as the storytelling. So just to link your answers to how you are learning or applying this particular trend, and you can showcase your talent of experimenting with OpenAI, all these Azure ML Studio, etc. Okay, whichever the tool you are comfortable, you can make use of that. And finally, friend, definitely will ask you the project flow. Okay, maybe the latest project you worked, or sometimes you may not be part of the entire project, but still, how do you see your contribution to that particular project flow back? And from this particular answer, because I am touch basing on the mid level and as well as the senior professionals in the recruitment process, this question definitely separates beginners from the professionals. So maybe basis on your narration and your examples, we can easily grasp that the kind of the suitability you can place you in that particular zone. So you can place with the problem definition, just nicely explain one situation, and we collect and clean the data basis on the kind of the resource required, or kind of the data required received, and perform this particular exploratory data analysis with various techniques like missing value imputation, pre-processing, encoding techniques, feature engineering, etc. And building the baseline model, again tuning the hyperparameters, and then deploy with the various available things. And finally, monitor the model performance. So this looks like simple, friend, but only the way you explain and you give the proper narration to these things really give the confidence to the recruiter. And this workflow, maybe you can connect with all these various tools and as well as how you generate the dashboards with to explain to the functional users. Okay. Recruiters just don't hire skills, and they hire clarity, curiosity, and confidence. Nowadays, friends, skill set important definitely, but only the point is how do you drive the team, and with your expertise, how do you handle the things is most important. So just to you can already you're a senior or mid-level, you can showcase your talent with respect to the GitHub and as well as LinkedIn. So just we often ask these particular things to showcase. Okay, we'll come up with some other video, friends. Definitely, just I like to add my expertise and add value to the to your time, so that you can get through the interview process and get into a good or your dream job. Okay, thank you very much.